Hi, this is Chad. This is the second video for this condensed rebrand and marketing material. Um, I think I left off on the last video with the brainstorm. So I'm going to pick up with phase two, thumbnails. So here is a list um, of my brainstorm for Beatles, Quirky, and Love. So those are the three categories I'm using for my brainstorm. And so these are the images that I came up with. I drew them on little post-its so they kind of look like posters. You don't have to do that. You can put them in a box, but I've tried to incorporate. So there was a song about an octopus that lives under the sea, and now he's raising like a little love garden. This is the blackbird singing in the middle of the night, in the dead of night, and you can see a moon with stars and singing about love. And this is a guitar gently weeping with little arrows, heart arrows in it. This is I'm the walrus, but he's actually has a companion and they're in love. And this one I don't like that much, but it's like Rocky Raccoon, kind of a Western theme. I don't know, it's kind of cool, just needs some work. So that's my thumbnails per the project sheet. You'll have to come up with 10 to 15 of them. I've only come up with 5 here. But anyway, so that's the idea. Mine are a little too detailed. You can go really loose. They don't have to be good sketches at all. Then show them to me for credit. Now let me do phase 3 as well, which is identity. Let me talk about logo. So you're going to create 5 to 10 thumbnails of your logo. So when I'm talking thumbnails, you can sketch it. In my case, I would be sketching Beatles or the Beatles, or I can find a typeface that matches what I'm looking for. And so that's the direction I'm going to use. So I'm going into Illustrator, and I just put up a generic Beatles, and I'm going to open up my character tool, and then I'm just going to look for, let me see if I can move this over so we can see. Yeah, I'm going to look for some kind of, so that one could be a cool one, that Winchester. I'm going to duplicate that down holding Shift and Option. And then with that selected, I'm going to continue scrolling down. And sure, why not? I'm just going to gather 5 of these. I mean, I guess I'm looking for quirky. I think an all cap would make sense. I mean, they're the Beatles. They do, their genres are a big wide range of genres, and they're, like top hits for a decade. But again, they're still kind of quirky. They're not, I think I want it condensed if we have it. Yeah, more of that. I don't know why I think condensed. Maybe I've just seen that once and I go, oh, condensed is the cool thing. Sorry, I'm just going to continue looking. Well, I'm doing this on my computer at home, but you would be looking through. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that A. It's kind of awesome. Okay, and then one more. Highlight it, and then I'll go down. And I went down to the G's, Garten, and so then I'll just start here. And yeah, I think that's pretty nice. Okay, so there are my thumbnails. And I'm going to choose one and bring it over here. I think that's one of the nicest kind of quirky ones. And I might want to do something to this because it's just type right now. I could make it a little bit cooler. And the way you do that is you would select this type just using your selection tool. And then you go up to type and choose create outlines. So now if I select this, you're going to see this is all vector. It changes that when you go type create outlines, it changes it to vector, which is great. So now I'm going to use the direct selection tool and grab a portion of a letter, and you can do however you want to do that, however you want to alter this, but I'm just going to maybe bring this down a little bit. I think that could be nice. Maybe that's a little too much. And then I might get my lasso tool, lasso selection tool, to select that part and avoid that T. And then I'll just raise this up a little bit because I think they're a little more playful than not, right? So the question is, do I do any more of it? I might just do the E and I might back off later on, but at least I'm trying stuff out, which I think is good. So I'm going to zoom in, grab one of these dots, hold down Shift, and then drag up a little bit. It might have been a little too much. So what I'll do is go to there's a way of taking whatever you, oh, that's in Photoshop. So let me Control Z that, and then this time I'm just going to go a little bit, like say that. It's not a little bit, but so it looks a little bit playful now, which I think that's what really reminds me of them. So I'm glad that I went in that direction. Group. Just going to scooch this in just a little bit. And I think I want to move these in a little bit, and these in a little bit, and then these in a little bit. So I'm trying to get some equal spacing between here. I think I may have done it. I might want to play around with it a little more, but you kind of get the idea. You just want to make sure that things look even between these letters. Now the next bit is I'm trying to find a display type. So if I go over here, is there any, this one might be a good display type for me. I'm going to just try that out. And I like it actually. I think it goes nicely with this one. And then my body type, I'm going to keep something very, very simple like Helvetica or Arial. And just a Helvetica regular, I think. Maybe light. Maybe light. Okay. And then for colors. So let's talk about colors real quick. You can pick any 3 to 5 colors for your band. If you have a hard time doing that, I'm going to suggest going to color.adobe.com and you can search. So my theme is love. So you could go to explore and choose love, or you could go to create and then you can pick like different, like an analogous, which are right next to each other. And if I move these over to the red area, and then I can see my colors here, and that's kind of cool. I want to make sure that I do get a light, medium, and dark. So I am not there yet. There's a light, and I might click on, let's just scroll down a little bit. Let's see if I can do that. And on this one, I might just darken that one up. And I might strengthen this. Oh, I really like that kind of watermelon. This one I want to kind of give maybe a medium value to, about like that. And this one I might want to just deepen a little bit. Yeah, because I think it's important that there's a dark, medium, and light. to your group. So I'm great with that. And then I could write down all the CMYK images or RGB, and you can change it up to get the different numbers. But in the end, we want to bring this over into InDesign. So what I could do is copy that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm putting this together in Illustrator. So I'll go in here and I'll try, I think it might be, maybe it might be a web. So let's try putting my number in here. Okay, so there's mine. Great, and then I'll go and grab the other color. Great. And notice there's no like bright red, but that's okay, I think. Select that, paste it in here. Copy. Illustrator, select colors, and this is a web safe RGB is what I'm using for that. And then lastly, this one, copy, Illustrator, select, paste. Okay, so there I have a logo display type, body type, and colors. All right, and then you show me that. So I want to see thumbnails, show it to me for credit, show this, and this should be in Illustrator, and this should be a vector. The logo should. And to do that again, if it's just type, is select it using the selection tool, and then choose type, create outlines. I'm going to run back here. So the next thing to do is work on marketing material, and I'll do that in the next video.